coming out of there fast.
Yes, sir.
I'm Erick Baker, and I've lived in Tennessee my entire life. However, for the last decade, touring the world, I've only seen it passing by from a windshield. But finally, Tennessee is calling me back where I belong.
There's a place you've never been. It's right where you want to be.
I want to rediscover how great my home state is, and I want you to come with me.
Uncharted.
On this episode of Tennessee Uncharted, we've traveled all the way to Paris. Paris, Tennessee, that is. And just like their French counterpart, these Parisians offer a charming historic district, fine wines, and yes, their very own Eiffel Tower. Yes, in Tennessee's Paris, there's also plenty of ooh la la and love to go around, only it's love of a different nature. Or should I say, a love of nature. Considered a sportsman's destination of international proportions, Henry County provides premier opportunities whether you prefer birds, bass, or bucks. I am a hunter, and it makes me sad that there's a small part of me that almost feels reluctant to say that. I often feel like Ralphie with his Red Ryder BB gun and A Christmas Story. And much of society is screaming, "You'll shoot your eye out." But beyond safety, whenever a life is taken, it begs the question, why? Many times we're often quick to judge the things we don't understand, so I've reconnected with a good friend whose entire way of life has been dedicated to answering that very question. I definitely want to hear you talk about Henry County.
Back in, 1986, I killed a 205-pound buck in Henry County, and at that time, that was just unheard of, and that's when we could really kill a lot of bucks, and that's also when the mindset was if it had bone on its head, shoot it, you know. So that old buck had just escaped everything, and he was prime, and that's one that made all the papers, and everybody in the country gathered to see a 200-pound buck field dressed that was 5.5 years old. And then in a couple more years, I killed one here in Henry County that scored up, you know, in the 160s, which is, it takes 125 inches of antler to make the Tennessee record book. I don't really put animals in record books because I don't like reducing an animal just to a number. To me, it's about the experience. It's about going and seeing, and a lot of animals, and seeing the interaction between them. People and animals and plants, we all just play a part in the big picture here.
Absolutely.
In fact, shooting the animal is just the minute part.
So you've traveled all over the world and you've hunted all over the world, but yet you still have made Henry County your home. You haven't decided to move away from where you were raised. And I mean, why is that?
Well, I've been, as you say, all over the world, and I haven't found any place any better.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I like to go and see and you know, experience other cultures and see what everywhere else has. They can't match what we have here. We have, you know, the 4 seasons. We have extraordinary hunting and fishing and anything outdoors. We have it going on here.
I mean, right now we're on one of your farm, and you're doing a lot of work managing this land. And I mean, just walk me through the process of, you know, everything that you're going through to make this
is
what it is.
Has been the thrill of my life, I suppose, of buying this farm. My husband was retired, and it came up for sale. I saw that it had potential. It's very isolated. It does have a year-round creek that comes through it, and it just looked like it could be nurtured into a wonderful habitat for wildlife to enjoy. I do have all the established food plots year-round. There's always something to eat. I may plant a milo field, I may plant clover, I may drill wheat and oats, turnips, radishes. I have a whole variety of food all the time. There's something in season. I want to make sure that I pass that on not only to my kids, but all the kids around me that I have any contact with. I want them to understand that it's our responsibility to take care of the wildlife and the earth and everything. That is about a 3-year-old mature doe. See how fat and sleek she is? I mean, there's not a hair out of place. She just looks like she's in prime health. That's probably not a doe that I would want to take off. You see some of these does, their head looks as long as your legs and their ears flop down and they get mule-headed. I usually will take them out. Last year I was hunting right here and I saw this animal come running out of those woods, and it was going so fast I thought it was a young fawn. And about that time there were 6 does come bursting out behind it. It was a big bobcat, and all these does were chasing it down. They were gaining on it, and they was reach and paw, and they were trying to kill that bobcat. Wow. I figured the cat had been after one of the fawns. After mating season, as soon as they come off the nest, gobblers get in a male group and the hens all get in their group, and they'll roost in different parts of the bottom. There's another one coming off the hill up there. Another hen.
Golly, they keep coming.
This may be a record. I've never seen 100 in a flock.
What you got?
Well, it looks like a deer that would make a good donation to our deputies, to our sheriff's department where they feed the hungry.
Okay.
Okay.
Take her down.
Hold your ear. She's down. She's down. Okay.
Great shot.
Thank you. I hope you'll understand why I'm proud of this county and the way that they do things, especially concerned with wildlife and conservation.
Well, I appreciate you bringing us along so we can enjoy your home.
Well,
and
I like sharing the outdoors here and the whole theory of it. You know, this is not, just a slaughter by any means. It's hunting with a purpose.
Mm-hmm. Despite what hunting has grown to mean for some, in the not-so-distant past, it was never a matter of sport, but a fact of life, providing for your family. And with that in mind, Brenda invited the crew and I to see how today's harvest stays true to that tradition. As you can see, we had quite a hunt out at Brenda's farm this morning, but we're not done just yet. As every sportsman knows, with every harvest, there's a process that follows. So today we've caught up with a group of people who believe that hunting and helping go hand in hand. All right, so Brenda, we had a super successful morning, but we brought our deer to the Henry County Sheriff's Department. Tell me why we brought our deer here.
Well, we have a very unique program here in Henry County. It's Deputies for the Hungry.
Okay.
We started this about 4 years ago where we open it up to the community, to all the sportsmen, the deer hunter out in the community. And if they harvest a deer and their freezer's already full, they bring it here to the Henry County Sheriff's Department and drop it off at our deer processing center that we're in. At that point in time, we have inmates that have built up a level of trust, come out and actually process the deer meat. At the first of the year, we'll have community giveaways. And tough times that we have now, there's a lot of people that need a little extra deer meat on the table, or a little meat.
Absolutely.
And it's one of the most healthiest meats you can put in your mouth. And,
Completely organic, right?
Completely organic, you know.
Right.
So after the first year, we started giving away. We processed 94 deer last year.
Wow.
And we're hoping to hit 125 this year. So every year our program's been intact. We've got bigger and bigger.
I've never heard of a program like this. So how did this come about?
I love to deer hunt, I love to duck hunt, and after I became sheriff, I saw this need that, we have so many deer in the county, and I myself have harvested deer before when my freezer's full, so then I have to find people that want or need deer meat. We have a garden, inmate worked garden, where we give away vegetables during the spring and summer and early fall. So I was like, why don't we do this, and that can fill our void for the winter months, and we can process deer meat and then give it back to people that need it. It's a win-win situation for everybody involved. And
when you mentioned farmers earlier,
it does have a great conservation base to it, because everybody wants to kill a big buck, and
Right.
few people care about killing does. But this helps us in giving a purpose in taking some of the does off, and it does help eliminate some of the large numbers that might do crop damage or that also are involved in vehicle accidents. We are allowed to kill 3 does a day for 3 months.
Really?
And so that is one of the highest bag limits anywhere in the country. So with that in mind, it's a conservation effort, and it also helps people in many different ways. And so there's no losing side to this. There is no stigma about receiving the meat. You don't have to just, qualify as low income. Just say, I would like some deer meat, or come by and pick it up, or maybe one of the deputies might just bring it out to you. There's an ad in the paper that runs, and it says, come to the jail on Saturday, pick up you some free deer meat.
Are other counties doing this? Or?
I don't know of any other
of.
county
is this
anywhere
is
doing
this a program that you've thought about growing and taking beyond Henry County?
We have talked to some other counties about it and kind of shown them what we do. As far as I know, we're the only sheriff's office in the state of Tennessee that's done it.
Thank you for your ideas here. I'm anxious to just kind of see how it all works.
We're excited. I'm a small part of it, but we really appreciate everybody's effort in it, and thank you all for noticing it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Andy, that is a tasty hunk of meat there. Tell me exactly what are we working with there?
This is the ham off of the deer, cutting all the fat and all the bad stuff off of it, where we can cube it up and grind it up.
What does this mean to you? How's it helped you?
It means a lot to be able to come out here and give back to the community, and be in a place where we have a good sheriff that allows us to come outside. It's a whole lot better than being stuck in that building up there. It's good to see the cars lined up all the way out the gate, and people coming in and helping the hungry people and
helping the inmates and everything. Why? A program like this, how does it help? Why is it important?
Well, if when you're locked up, you can be sitting up there in a jail. The whole time you're sitting up there, you're just beating yourself up while you're there, and this, that, and the other. Whenever you get to come out like this, it makes you feel good about yourself, and helps you get a fresh start whenever you get out. People putting faith in you and trusting in you.
Well, this is phase 2 of the project, I guess you could say. After the deer have been brought in and skinned and the meat is actually processed and ground into 2-pound packages, the inmates, Andy, will actually take these hides and skin them on out and take salt, spread the salt out on the meat like I'm doing here to kind of preserve it, and then we'll wrap it up and hold them till the end of deer season. The local Elks organization will actually come by and pick them up, and they transport them to another processor where the deer hides from the deer that are brought in are actually made into different things, purses or handbags, and then they are sold through the Elks Foundation, and then the money is donated back to the veterans organizations.
So how did that come about? I mean, was that part of your idea, or did they come to you?
No,
or?
actually the Elks group came to us and they asked us to start saving some of the hides. They actually bring the salt to us. Of course, they do most of the work with it, but it's another way that the deer that's been harvested can be put to good use.
So how can people in this community, or I mean even statewide, is there a way that they can help?
The biggest thing we need is for them to buy a hunting license and come to Henry County and harvest a deer.
Right.
And then bring it to us. You know, if anyone sees us doing this and would like to have their own deer processing center, they can always give us a call. We'll be glad to help you and show you what we've got and how we got it going, and you know, we're very proud of it.
Just tell me about the deer population here in Henry County.
The deer population here has been rather large, pretty much at its carrying capacity for the last 20 years.
Right.
And we've had that Unit L going on for about 10 or 15 years where you can kill 3 per day. To allow the hunters no reason not to shoot all the deer that they want to.
Talk about the management process of the herd. And
First of all, very few people kill 3 a day. In fact, nobody does. Nobody limits out on 3 a day. And very few hunters kill more than 3 or 4 deer a year. The carrying capacity, there's still plenty of food out there and plenty of habitat. The deer encroaching upon the human society, crashing with cars, eating people's gardens, eating people's crops.
Absolutely.
You know, the carrying capacity is different than what they can actually, what the number of deer can actually be fed. It's the number of deer that can coexist with the people in the county without overpopulating the county and causing lots of problems.
what role has TWRA played exactly in just getting this program off the ground?
We've set them up as a check station, the Henry County Sheriff's Department, so it makes the hunters not have to go somewhere else to check their deer in. We also bring them a lot of deer throughout the year, from deer that we confiscate that are illegal kills, or deer also that we run into the people that have harvested deer and they ask us, say, well, I don't know what to do with the deer.
Yeah.
I've killed some extra deer and I don't have room for them in my freezer. What can I do for them? And we'll load them up ourselves and bring them up here to the Sheriff's Department to help them stock their freezers.
It's been a joy to see this process and hopefully highlight this program and let a lot of people know about it. So thanks for the role that you're playing in TWRA as well.
Thanks for having me.
I've already had quite the adventure the last couple of days, tagging along with Brenda and learning more about the Deputies Feeding the Hungry program. And just as folks are finding new ways to bring together personal passion and philanthropy, the face of extracurricular activities is beginning to evolve as well. So today I've met up with the Henry County Scholastic Shooting Program to set my sights on how sharpshooting is helping to keep these kids on target. It's funny, the things we remember from our childhood. Those pivotal moments we'll never forget. I was 6 years old the first time my dad taught me how to shoot a gun. It was a .22 Remington semi-automatic rifle. My target was an old toilet sitting back in the woods behind our house. And I can still hear the sound of that porcelain shatter with each shot, and me yelling with delight, "I hit it, Dad." Tell me about the scholastic aspect and kind of how far these kids can take this.
Well, there are a whole lot of colleges, surprisingly, to me it was surprising, who have shooting sports scholarship programs, teams that you actually, well, it's full ride. It's an athletic scholarship like any other. And it's open to boys and girls, and indiscriminately, actually, even though they do have some divisional shooting, they can also compete across the board.
What I love about the program is not every kid can play football, baseball, basketball due to a handicap or something like that, but I've not ever found a kid I can't teach to shoot. And, you know, it's pretty cool because they've got something that they can do. They have a sport that they can play.
If you guys make fun of me, just do it behind my back, and that way I won't feel so bad.
Don't see a bird?
Hot dog. But you chose this over baseball? When probably some of your friends were playing, kept playing baseball. What is it that you like better about this?
I've been doing this all my life. I didn't play baseball all my life. I've always been around guns and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just natural. I chose this.
And something you probably plan on doing the rest of your life, right?
Yeah. That's what I'll do the rest of my life. I hope I can get a college scholarship or something.
Yeah.
Through this.
You've been doing this since 4th grade, so give me your favorite story of coming out here and doing this.
Probably winning the national championship at Sparta. That's probably the best thing.
And what was it about that was so memorable?
Getting the trophy.
Yeah? Did y'all play other sports or anything?
I played baseball.
You did?
Baseball, soccer.
Baseball and soccer? And now, is this all you do, or do you still
That's all
play?
I do now.
So why did you quit baseball to do this?
I liked it, but it just, I'm more committed to this.
Yeah.
I do more with my gun than I do throwing a baseball, so.
Yeah, like what?
I hunt, turkey hunt, dove hunt, deer hunt. Baseball, I liked it, but it's just, I ain't never gonna get a scholarship for that. I get scholarship with this pretty easy. I'm pretty good at it, I think I am.
I never played anything else. I just started with this.
Yeah.
And it just kind of caught fire, and I really liked it, and just kept on going on with it.
Now, is it y'all are really doing well. Is this, obviously I have a lot to learn. I'm missing way more than hitting, but if I was working at it more, could I one day be able to shoot like you guys?
It's just the mental aspect of wanting to do it and just putting in the time. We've probably shot since 4th grade over 200,000 rounds.
200,000?
Easily.
Wow, that's awesome.
I liked it because there's a competition a lot, and it's something that you can shoot 100 straight every time you come out here, but there's always something new you can learn about how they're flying, when to lead them, and all that stuff.
So you're challenging yourself.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, let's keep moving on around.
Let's do it.
While my aim has improved some since that first day, standing next to these kids, I can see how far I still have to go. Moving at over 60 miles per hour, just seeing these targets is an accomplishment, not to mention hitting them.
About over that cone, you could probably hold your gun even with the house right there.
Okay.
And then just kind of take your left eye and look in the window, but keep your gun in the same spot. And then when you see the bird come out, just keep going with it.
And I see that you get down. You really get
You
down.
you have to get in an athletic position.
Okay. All right. Pull. I never saw it. Good Lord. Let me try it again here. Pull. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Pull. Oh boy, that is so fast. I'm so sorry. One more time. Again? Okay. Pull. More coaching. I need to learn something here for sure. Pull.
Right behind you.
Really? I was somewhat close? All right. Okay.
Full house.
Oh. Pull.
There you go.
Hey! Take that! Take that! Yeah! Hoorah! These guys look like they're having a ball together and they have become friends. And they're talking about making friends all over the country, And then, all over, I guess, the world, too, in a way.
It is a team sport. Those 3 guys are a team. Mm-hmm. And a trap team are 5 kids, and sporting clays team are 3. But, it's a team sport.
Mm-hmm. Overall, what are the kids learning?
As for the young kids, it teaches them a lot of responsibility because they're handling a firearm. Mm-hmm. Safety. And, with a 10-year-old handling a firearm, everybody's watching because it's everybody's job to watch everything.
You learn that, and I think you learn sportsmanship and honesty. The way our program works. You call a broken bird on the other side as quick as you do on your own.
Right.
You're better.
And that's what you were saying, that one of your favorite aspects was what?
To see our guys say, dead bird, it's the other team.
When the ref misses
the call, and so you can override it.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you do that? It costs you a point, but because it's right.
Right.
That's what you learn, I think.
Well, what I loved about today was that I learned something. I mean, I really did, and I mean, those guys were teaching me, you know, and coaching me. So I mean, I know y'all are doing a great job, and I wish you continued success in this program. While writing for this episode, my daughter asked me, "Daddy, why did you kill that deer?" Well, I'll be the first to admit that as a young boy, I was hunting for trophies, for records. I wanted to kill the biggest deer out there. But now, I'm a man. And what this episode has taught me, and what I've grown to learn, is that hunting is about so much more than what's hanging on my wall. I want people to see beyond the bullet and the gun, to look beyond the barrel, beyond the blood. As messy as it is, there are days that force us to face some challenging truths. One of those truths is that we live in a day and age when even hunting has fallen prey to some misguided motivations. My daughter asked me why, and I feel I found the answer here in the heart of these Henry County residents, where I'm reminded that even our pastimes can have a purpose. After this episode, I'm proud to say that I'm a hunter. And even though I may be dressed in camouflage, from now on, I have no intentions of hiding who I am.